It started like any other Halloween night in the sleepy town of Point Breeze. The kind of town where every house glowed with carved pumpkins, orange string lights, and the faint smell of caramel apples in the air. Kids in masks flooded the streets, laughter and plastic candy buckets clattering against the pavement. But this Halloween, something else prowled the sidewalks. Something wearing a costume that wasn't a costume. At 7:04 p.m., a creature padded quietly up Thomas Boulevard. Tall, broad-shouldered, its head covered in a mangy wolf mask that glistened under the streetlights. From a distance, it looked like any other trick-or-treater. Fursuit, rubber claws, a burlap sack for candy. But up close, the smell of blood clung to it like fog. Its yellow eyes glowed faintly beneath the mask. The creature stopped at the first house. A neat little bungalow with fake cobwebs and a motion-activated ghost that howled when it moved. The porch light flicked on. "Trick or treat!" came a deep guttural growl. Mrs. Jackson, the kindly widow who lived alone, smiled as she opened the door. "Well, aren't you a big one? That's a very realistic She never finished. The werewolf lunged, jaws widening far too much for a human mask. A blur of fur and claws. A wet crunch. The candy bowl tumbled to the floor, scattering chocolate bars in a pool of blood. By the time the ghost finished wailing, the porch was empty, except for a half-eaten Snickers. The wolf moved on, house after house, door after door. It knocked politely each time, whispering, "Trick or treat," in that deep, inhuman tone. Children watched from the sidewalk, laughing nervously. "That guy's costume is awesome," one said. "Looks so real." When the doors opened, the laughter stopped. The Wilsons' porch light went out next, then the Barkers, then the King twins' house, where the wolf dragged something heavy across the floorboards before shutting the door behind him. At 9 p.m., the creature's burlap sack bulged, but not with candy. It swung from its clawed hand like a butcher's prize. The streets emptied. Parents called their children inside, but the wolf wasn't done. It followed the scent of fear. It followed the sound of knocking. Other kids still out, still laughing, unaware of the thing walking among them. A little boy dressed as a vampire came running down the street, tripping on his cape. "Mister, nice costume," he said breathlessly. The wolf tilted its head. The boy giggled, "Trick or treat." The werewolf crouched. "Treat," it rumbled. Screams split the night. Dogs barked. Porch lights flickered off one by one. When the police arrived hours later, they found doors smashed open, candy scattered across lawns, and trails of sticky, dark footprints leading toward the woods. The last house, at the very end of Birch Lane, had a message smeared on the front door in something that wasn't paint. "See you next Halloween." And deep in the forest, beneath the full moon, the werewolf tore open his burlap sack. One by one, he hung the masks of his victims from the trees. Plastic, paper, porcelain, his trophies. Then he howled. It was long, low, and almost joyful. After all, it had been a very good Halloween.